I had no purpose anymore. This is what former Marine officer and jet pilot Chad Tucker was telling me not long after he had medically retired from the service, and I met him at a speaking event in Utah. I was in some dark places, man. That's what Chad said to me. This is a guy that took off and landed on carriers in the Indian Ocean, the Mediterranean, endured some of the toughest missions that, that pilots endure. And when he left the service, his purpose just wasn't there. He couldn't find his purpose. I can't tell you how many times I see this, right? This is a very, very common issue that happens with not just our military warriors, but our families as well. We are so aligned with our purpose in the service that we don't even think about it. Man, when our boots hit the ground in the morning or our shoes hit the ground, we are moving. And even if we have a bad day, it's still doing what most of us love doing, what we were put on this earth to do, or at least that's what we think. And so when we leave the military service, everything changes. And we don't think about that sense of purpose. We just assume that it's just going to go with us. And you know what? It doesn't. If we don't get clear on our purpose, on who we are, on the higher purpose and service-based things that we do as leaders while we are in the military, if we don't get clear on that before we make the transition, transition is really tough. And for those of you that are already out, if you haven't made an attempt to do that, to get really clear on what your purpose is, man, it can eat your lunch. It can manifest things like post-traumatic stress, traumatic brain injury. All those things can be even further enhanced. Your resilience goes down, right? We are meaning-seeking creatures as humans. We got to know what we're about, and nobody is more of a meaning-seeking creature than the United States warrior, right? So if we just ignore our purpose in transition, we're in trouble. Mission America is all about getting reconnected with your purpose, changing the whole discussion on transition, flipping it on its head, connecting you with warriors and civilians who are facing the opportunities and challenges associated with transition that you're looking at right now. Doesn't matter if you're still on active duty, doesn't matter if you've been out since Vietnam. Transition is up to us. How we come home is up to us. My book, Mission America, is coming out in just a couple of days. In the meantime, I need you to join our tribe. Go to therealmissionamerica.org. Become a part of our tribe. Become a part of our movement on transition. Make a donation. Help us get these books out to the hands of warriors and their families. We have 200,000 coming out a year. Nobody else is coming. We self-published this book. We're putting it out there to fill a gap that needs to be filled. But you know what? If we're waiting on D.C. and big corporate America to fix this thing, it ain't happening. It's going to have to be us that does it, that helps our brothers and sisters and their families come home, right? So help us by going to therealmissionamerica.org. And special thanks to Dr. Kirthi Sundra, one of our advisors at Mission America, who's done amazing work on post-traumatic stress. His information is down below. He is going to be part of our celebration of the Week of Military Transition that we're about to roll into right now. And his work is amazing on post-traumatic stress. If you or a loved one or someone you know is dealing with post-traumatic stress as a result of military service, you need to check out what Dr. Sundry is putting out there in the 12-week challenge. This is the kind of stuff, right, that Mission America does. We find guys like Kirthi and his foundation, and we connect warriors with the stuff that helps them get back in the game. Good people are doing great things. We just got to find them, and Mission America is going to help you do that. This book is the starters. Mission America coming out in a couple of days. Go to our website, therealmissionamerica.org, and I'll see you on the high ground.